What's up? It's the kid 50 Cent. Keep it locked to BuckTV right here.
92.7 The Block, ladies and gentlemen. You rocking out with your boy Chewy, and I have a special guest here with me.
We here, baby. It's the kid 50 Cent. It's going down.
What's going on with you, big dog?
I'm chilling, man. Everything.
You definitely have everything going on, from the TV show Power to Instagram going crazy whenever you decide you want to do anything.
I just got a new show on A&E.
Now, come on, Fifth.
Variety
but
show.
what aren't you doing right now?
I've been working to diversify for a while. Like, I've just been trying to balance those moments so I can creatively do what I want to do when I come to music and don't have pressure, because it doesn't matter. I'm doing everything else at the same time. So it's like, I think it throws people off too, because sometimes they look then I used to seeing an actual artist
transcend into so many different stages, being an actual businessman behind it. It's sort of like someone actually representing themselves without really having to do it, because you play so many different roles.
That's exactly it, man. And it's because there's so many different formats and the things that you can be comfortable with. Look at how many different options we have for entertainment. You can watch regular TV, you can watch cable, premium cable,
Fire Stick too. That's the new thing. That's new.
Fire Stick, Netflix, all of this stuff is here for you. People watching it in the Xbox, on the video game systems and stuff like that.
Do you even play video games?
Nah, no more. I haven't played it in a long time. Like this NBA, the
2K.
Yeah.
Come on now, you got all right, man. Next time you come to Charlotte, we gotta play 2K.
Sit down and
we gotta do something. But let's talk about the single.
Oh, I'm the man. It's off the Kanan tape, and it's actually because it was inspired by the stuff that I was doing in the show. Mm-hmm. Because the Kanan character is pretty close to the darkest content that I've ever created. Yeah. And I watched like a lot of the new material that was impactful to our cultures. Like, the new singles weren't singles. They were good street records. Yeah.
And
what I'm saying?
Do you feel like you run into that problem nowadays? The fact that some songs that you make may just be caught up in the street element, where it's hard for it to become a commercial record, as per se? But
a lot of the records aren't commercial records anymore. Like now,
I feel as though you help break that barrier, though.
Yeah, if you say I'm in love with the cocoa, the content is saying I'm in love with cocaine. Now, you intended for that to be your single? Who? Not when I came in hip hop.
When you came, they were struggling with talking about we in the club with a bottle of bub.
And then if you say I caught a body about a week ago, like
back in the day,
this is singles.
I remember when you first came out, they had such a big scrutiny underneath you because you used to wear a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, and it's like now it's so much more graphic that the record that Big would do that was smoothed out, so you would feel like you're listening to some real fly music, and it have R. Kelly on it. Turns into your new Trey Songz hit single, "I'm Fucking You Tonight,"
which is crazy. Yeah. It's crazy seeing how the game has been evolving. What has been one of the biggest things that you've noticed? Because let's face it, you've been in the industry for years now. Mm-hmm. You started off years ago with your first mixtape project, and I follow everything that you've been doing, even the interviews with Big Boy. And like you said in that interview, you transcended what music now is today for independent artists.
Yeah, it's different. Like, I think the way you look at the project now is you should just put it out.
Let the fans talk.
Let the public speak for it. Like, now, new artists meet the general public before they meet the record company. The momentum, like, is a lot of the records start to go viral. It's something that they're watching online because they enjoy it. That's why you gotta let the camera, just let the press play, let it record. And then from there you post it on YouTube, they watch it, they like it. Next thing you know, it starts to become something that somebody plays with in the nightclub. They see the response, and that mix show DJ, when he's in the nightclub and he see the response to the music, he takes it back to the radio with him. So it's almost like the singles.
A test run.
The singles are starting backwards. Like they're not starting like they used to. You take it and we'll go to mix show DJ play it. And
but a lot of people, they say they get that from the Atlanta culture. They say the Atlanta culture helped captivate what is now the independent artist lane. It helped it do it because the artists will go to the clubs, sit there at 5 o'clock in the morning, play my song 4 or 5 times. Next thing you know, everybody knows it.
Like it. And from there, like either it's, of course, the Atlanta culture is now a big part of hip hop culture, period. Like, you can kind of gauge the sounds of music now. The content that they would hear from my music before is now being heard in trap music.
Definitely. It's a
consistently in
whole
that whole new
Do
realm.
you ever
of
see
music.
yourself ever doing like a trap music mixtape?
You know
I'm
what?
talking about trap.
I do. Well, I do it in 50 Cent, but I'm doing it over beats that they could get with, that could play in the sequence, that the DJ could throw on at the same time while he was playing that other music.
Do you ever feel like you have to dumb down your music now because of where music
I
is?
think they want to have fun. This is why they don't want those complex verses. Like we made to a point where Nas was telling you the story backwards, like starting at the end and then getting to the beginning of what actually happened. Like I did it on a joint called the Funeral. It's on YouTube. Everybody can check it out. It's like I start at the funeral and it ends at the funeral.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like telling a story from the end to going all the way through what led the person to the actual funeral. You know, like that concept, like that was the way, you know how you watch some movies and it starts at the end and then it shows you everything that took place in the beginning. It's just how the editor sequences it.
Now, Fifth, I have to ask you, you're a super businessman. You're not scared to lose anything. It is what it is. It's business. You win some, you lose some, right? What has been one of your greatest accomplishments as a businessman?
You know, it's to not feel any discomfort when you go through like the process of things is consistently, because it's always going to be there. It's like, you know, like I spend $1 million a year in legal fees, regardlessly. So it doesn't even matter to me. Some things that pop up, I just go, all right, just let them go back and forth to court until they blue in the face, and then they'll chill out. Yeah, like just keep
They'll
going.
burn itself out. Go ahead.
And just keep filing and doing everything else you got to do to just do it. But it's a process that you do, and they've never seen like when, like I filed bankruptcy. They've never seen a person file bankruptcy to protect themselves within our culture. When they see someone file, it's Chapter 7. That means it's over. Boom, they're done.
It's done.
When it's Chapter 11, what I filed is just for me to reorganize and not have to pay everybody at that particular point. You see what I'm saying? And this
one thing I can honestly say is, man, you're a smart man, and I give you credit, and I say that not in that aspect of legal stuff, just in the way you brand yourself, the way you marketed yourself, the way you propelled yourself from where you was back in 2002 to the person that you are here today. I don't know how you do it. You always find a way to make yourself relevant at the most trendingest things. Another thing that I have to ask you, it feels as though now people that don't necessarily know you, follow where you came from, understand where you came from, they try to be like, oh yeah, 50 Cent's a bully. Because you have an opinion.
Yeah. If you say this, where I'm from, we meet aggression with aggression.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
the New York lifestyle.
It is, period. So they'll look at it and then go, if you want a problem, okay, no problem. And then so when you see a person have altercations or things consistently come their way and them not have a problem with it, your interpretation after the fact, you look at it like, he likes that, so he's doing it. No, but he's not actually starting it. Like, if it comes to him, then
it is what it is.
It's there, you know what I mean? So for me, they got to come to me for me to even entertain it. And then there's points that I look at it and I say, I'm not even going to offer them the music because I know that people is not registering where it's coming from. Like when certain things just stands out, like they could see, like that Meek Mills thing was obvious that he just jumped out there. It's the same way he just jumped out there with Drake when he did that. Like, you know, and then he got upset because Future was cool with Drake at that point. He jumped out there at him. Like, it doesn't even matter, like that part. And then you say, if in my archive of music, when we offer things, we can't take it back.
It is what it is. I said it. It is what it is. I can't go back to it.
Right. And I'm not sure that I need him in that.
You know what? He's not at your caliber.
So for you
not at all.
Yeah.
So, truth be told, you even mentioning his name, it helps him out. Because you're already up here.
And you go, look, we say even at max, what he can do, and I hope he can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things where I don't think a person sees how much damage has been done by like the initial mistake that he made. Like when you see. When they offer an award for a record that's disrespecting you, it's pretty tough to get away for it. Like,
yeah, you can't escape back to back.
Yeah, that's a hard when it's every hour on
can't-
an hour and it's in the nightclub and it's like that song at 1 o'clock in the morning.
can't do
like,
anything about it.
What can you do? Like all you could do is try and make one.
Now,
Go try and
I want to switch things up. As you see, I'm all over the place because that's me as a person. I'm all over the place. What do you think new artists need to do? Because it's apparent nowadays they have it a lot more easier than when you first came out.
It is.
Do you think fact or fiction?
I think it's because there's no artist development that they're gonna make mistakes, and then it's just certain things that I went through myself as an artist, like the kid with Desiigner.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I met him, he came to the office, and I was like, "Yo, so, I like the Panda joint. Play me some of the other joints." And he was like, he only recorded 2 songs, and I was like, "Oh," and it bugged me out because
you only got 2 records.
Yeah, like,
nigga,
like,
do you not know how hard I had to work before even In the Club came out, Wankster came out, because you was doing mixtapes before then.
It says that you're talented because you were able to make that record in your 2 records, right? But you go, I go, you know how hard it's going to be to make another one? When you're not conditioned for it, when you're not going just, because you'll get stuck on the style or on the sound, and then you're making another version of the same song, or you're doing something that feels like that. And then, so we don't know exactly what that's going to actually be. So it left me in a space where I was like, wait, I don't know. And then they came behind me, scooped it up, and caught them. But I had them in the office before everybody got to them and stuff.
Another question for you. Do you feel as though your beef with Fat Joe, Ja Rule, and I believe Jada, I don't really know if it was really Jada at the time. I just know directly Fat Joe, Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Do you feel as though that was the greatest rap beef ever? And if not, what do you think was the greatest rap beef ever?
I think probably KRS and MC Shan at that point, because I was still just a fan of the culture and was just watching. And I don't think there was a real reason for The Bridge Is Over, but the way the song felt.
Oh my God. I listened to it the other day. I was watching on TV a VH1 documentary about how that beef started.
It's just crazy.
How he just came out with the record. He was like, yo, they wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I was like a super KRS One fan. Like from Criminal Minded album, I was like on him crazy. You know what it is? He got smarter than the audience. Because then he turned into the teacher, and he started to do things in the music that was like, the music was so smart that it wasn't as much fun as it was when he was just saying some stuff, like simplifying the messages and stuff like that. Because now when you look, like, my beef really was with Ja.
Yeah.
And they were helping them because they had relationships prior to.
They had an alliance all together, and it was like, yo, truth be told, I go through the whole crew.
And because
do you feel like inadvertently you went through the whole crew?
At that point, I had to go after everybody because they was helping with the record. I'm from New York and going places to keep cool around him when I'm trying to cool him, or I'm trying to get him to where I got him now. Like,
so this is what we got to do. I got 3 questions before we wrap this up. Okay, 3 most creative question that I possibly could come up with in my head. I don't know. I'm not the world's smartest person. You know what I mean? But the first question is really mainly an open forum topic. Power. Everyone loves Power. What are we going to expect from season 3? I love Power. Like, I fell on it. 2nd season, I was like, what the hell is everybody talking about this Power, this ghost guy? Let me see what it is. And I watched 1 episode. Dude, I still got my subscription with stars because of your ass. You know what I mean?
Yo, look, it's so, this year is so intense that it's like, I think if I had to describe in 1 word, I'd say just adrenaline. In 2, I'd say it's raw excitement because it's, the pace is faster. It feels like the finale. But each episode feels like that now.
The suspense is on each episode now?
Yeah, it's in the whole, each piece. And then it's like, because Courtney, like, I got a room full of writers. Courtney's the head, Courtney Kemp. And she's challenged herself with trying to make it better every single time that we actually go through it. And the writing on it, I'm sure that because we've established the character, because she paced herself in season
how
1 and 2.
how they groomed themselves into the hearts of the viewers.
The viewers, that now we can do things now instead of actually trying to establish who they are
and how they view things. And one thing, not to cut you off, but to comment on, I love the fact how you have stories inside the stories.
Yeah,
so kudos to your writers that have an immaculate mind frame on your show.
They gave me some good stuff too. Like I killed my son.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
that was crazy.
Yo, why you shoot him?
Just had to, because look, in any other setting, the Kanan character is like traditional street.
He's an angry. He makes you look like the angry nigga all the time. Look at this. Saying it like that.
For real though, but check this out. Look, the man been sent away. Like if you say who's the bad guy at Power, they're gonna say Kanan.
But I don't know if it's Ghost or not though.
Right. See,
I don't know if the tables could turn because
he done sent me to jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ghost done sent you to jail.
It's my man, right? Supposed to be my man, right? Sent me to jail 10 years. He done caught about 10 bodies since the show started, and I'm still the bad guy.
That's what I'm saying. The perception.
Yeah, because they haven't seen love.
What you've been through.
From Kanan, they haven't seen him, the distractions, because he just came home with a focus on getting everything back. And then sometimes in that lifestyle, it defines where you're weak at, the soft spots, if people can see where you're affectionate or who you actually have those feelings for. Because those would be the people to take. If they snatch one of them, then you got to bring everything you got to a person to get them back. You know what I mean? And it's just like that. So from that perspective, it's interesting. It's like Menace to Society.
All over.
Instead of making a good guy and a bad guy, let's make bad guy make somebody worse. You see what I'm saying?
I have a feeling though, you fit that persona naturally. Like you don't even have to act for that persona. I just feel as though you're fine with being labeled the bad guy,
cool.
and you're accepting of it. That's what I love about you as a person, as an artist, as an individual. You're like, listen, you got your opinion on me. It is what it is. Topic number 2 before I get out of here. You know, I'm on a tight window right now. Topic number 2. I watched in many of your interviews. You always say music's your first love, your first passion. Do you feel as though with everything going on right now that it kind of overshadows your music, creativity right now?
It does, but when you have something like the I'm the Man song come out of the other things, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think, like with Sonny Digital producing the record and the way it came together and stuff like that, it was like, because I'm doing Kanan, I'm going, this fits perfect. And then it's what I need to put out at the actual moment. But it's me in the Kanan mind frame when I'm actually making these records. You know what I mean? This is why I'm saying that. I came in the world crying and fussing.
Yeah.
Nigga, we ain't have nothing. Every ghetto I know the same. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So it's right in the core, the bottom line across the board, why people feel and do what they do from the different places. We got the same motivation. It's still trying to make it.
You see so much. That's why I said you playing Kanan is fitting. It's a
good one. And then, you know what? For me, for a reoccurring character, like I get paid to be a part of the film whether Kanan's there or not, because I executive produced it and we developed it from scratch in Courtney. You know what I mean? So it's like for me, Amari Howard is gonna turn into that superstar that drives the entire series, because he's.
And truth be told, a lot of people don't know. Like I said, I did my research. You was really wanting to be Ghost at one point. Is that true?
No, look, listen. When we developed it, we went to pitch the show, and everybody that we went to, all the networks was like, "So who's gonna play Ghost? So you're gonna play it?" And I'm going, "Oh, nah, we got a great idea who should play Ghost, because they're looking like they was wanted to do it if you're gonna do it, because now we know who's gonna be the lead in the show, and now we can build the rest of the show around it." And we went through the first run of going to pitch the series, and it wasn't picked up. And Courtney, like I was getting down to the wire. Courtney, she already had success as a writer. She wrote on A Good Wife. She wrote on a lot of different projects. So she was like, "Yo, I gotta go back to work." Like, you know what I mean? Like, so she ready to go back to work on another show. I was like, no, look.
We gonna make this happen, shorty. Don't go nowhere.
And she knew from being in the room that it would have got picked up right away if I would have played the ghost character. But it was too big of a commitment for me. It would have meant
you got too much stuff going on, dude.
Yeah, I would have
like,
none of the other stuff that you see happening could be happening. Like the music, when I'm moving around and the stuff that you see me doing with effing, I would be able to be here tonight because we rap. But everything else, they wouldn't have seen none of that stuff happening if I played the lead. Because Omari, it takes all of his time from there, and then he's still tied up with the show while I'm running around doing everything else.
Everything you gotta do. Now, last but not least, I apologize. I skipped over effing Vodka. I think it's very clear how you feel about Diddy. It's not nothing personal. Hey, I'm just letting you know my shit better than yours. Hey, you know what? At this point, it is.
So, yeah, it is. You know what happens? Check this out. Puff is look. He's the guy who stands next to the guy. He's not the guy. Man.
So, are you saying he's like a puppet?
Yeah, like look. He's the guy standing next to Biggie, right? The guy that's still next to Greg
That's like
Mack.
me right now. I'm the guy
standing next to Mex.
The
guy still next to Jock. The guy still next to Frenchie. The guy still next to... You're not the guy. You're the guy that's still next to the guy. I'm the guy. Me, I'm the one.
And that's why I am sitting with the guy, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy I wanted to be like. I used to shoot myself up with like the little fling darts with the, the rubber bands where you flick up the paper and you shoot across the room. Last but not least, before I walk out of here, I need to know your opinion on Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, he was someone completely different to me prior to running for president, and then you look at it and you respect his family name and what they've been able to do with the branding of it in front of the towers and everything that you see, all high-end real estate in different areas. And then now it's interesting. I think he's intentionally picking moments to not be politically correct.
I think for the attention, and it rubs me.
It's a part of the marketing for him though, because he's smart. He's a smart
Just
guy.
like you. You're very smart with
and
your
he's doing it
marketing.
on purpose. Like, you know what I mean? And it's, look, while it riles you up and you go, who did it agitate? You got to think who was okay with it. Because those people become full-on supporters. The things that he's saying puts everything that happens to entertain is to provoke emotions. So say love me or hate me, at least care that I exist, right? And what he's doing by doing that, like what he just did was, he already won. I don't believe he'll be the president.
But he made a statement.
But he won by making it to a point that we could be worried about him actually becoming the president. Doing what and saying things the way he's saying. So like if he actually became the president, you go, look, even if he didn't, you know how much they're gonna pay him for public speaking following this?
Oh yeah, he's making at least 1.5 for every public speaking.
Yeah, he'll do
at least.
Maybe,
come on, you know it's Trump. It's 1.5.
He'll do 120, 130 million before it dies down.
Definitely.
And then he's selling his book.
Tell all book and the movie coming right after. You know how I go. Ladies and gentlemen, you got it locked in with your boy Chewy. BuckTV 92.7 The Block exclusive, Mr. 50 Cent. Ladies and gentlemen, new, what is it? Mixtape?
Oh yeah, the Kanan tape.
The
Kanan tape. You know, a lot of people forget about it, but y'all gotta check that out. It's the Kanan tape. And then I'm coming soon with the reloaded version.
Effing Vodka. You already know it. I need to have me a couple of cases
My
sent.
boy Chewy, I'm going to send it to you. I already know what time it is.
Man, my brother.